body. Oh my god, a body. I found the body. Oh, run, run. What? Ah! Oh!
Imagine a crisp, sunny autumn day, perfect for a camping trip. Ashley, a YouTuber from the popular channel Brothers Wild, embarks on what appears to be an ideal solo adventure. While he's known for documenting camping trips with friends, this time, he's venturing out alone. What he doesn't realize is that this will be the last night he ever spends in these woods. The day starts off smoothly. Ashley sets up his camp, collects firewood, and enjoys a warm meal by the crackling flames. Everything feels peaceful as he settles into his tent, expecting a restful night's sleep.
Right guys, I'm gonna get some rest. If anything happens, I'll let you know. Good night.
But just as he's about to drift off, he's about to experience the scare of his life.
I just heard like a loud bang. It's either an explosion or it sounded like it was really, really loud. Wow. That's unnerved me. Really loud. Really loud. So it looks like the storm's like holding up tonight. It's not too bad at all. So yeah, I'm quite cozy here. A bit of rain, but no, nothing worth writing home about. But yeah. So even though I'm solo camping, it's quite nice. It's like quite relaxed. Just had a phone call from my brother now. He's in Chicago, obviously. So it would have been nice. Ah! What the hell was that? What? Go away!
A sudden, unexplainable noise erupts right next to his tent. If you listen closely, you can hear it clearly.
Obviously, so it would have been nice.
A low, eerie sound reverberates through the silent night. Still shaken from what he believed was a gunshot earlier, Ashley is overcome with panic. He leaves his tent and all his belongings behind, racing through the dark forest in a frantic attempt to reach his car.
That was by far the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. I'm trying to run through mud. Oh, the panic is unreal. I don't even know where I am. Right, so try and find your bearings, Ash. Where are we? Where are we? That way? I don't know even. It's not that way. Where am I? Can't see a thing. I finally managed to get out. Right. I seen and heard something in that tent. That was the scariest thing, and then I was trying to get out, go down the forest, and I heard something say something again, clear as day. And I got stuck in all the mud. That's so scared.
Fortunately, Ashley escapes the forest unharmed, but the terrifying encounter leaves him rattled. He swears never to return to those woods again. What do you think that sound could have been? Would you have stayed or run? Share your thoughts in the comments. A family was hiking along a forest trail, enjoying quality time together, appreciating nature's beauty, and teaching their children valuable life lessons. But suddenly, as they glanced back, their hearts filled with fear. A bear was following them.
Okay, he's following you, babe. Hey, bear! Hey, bear! Hey!
Hey, bear!
Do not run. Hey, bear! Hey, bear!
Hey, bear! Hey!
Oh, he's following us.
Go!
Hey!
Go!
Hey!
Go!
Go home!
Go!
Hey!
Oh! Go! 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 Go!
Okay.
Okay, you guys go up there.
Oh, come on.
Don't run. Do not run.
Can we play yet?
Hey! Hey! Hey!
Can we play now? Can we play?
Finn, walk faster, please. Hey, Bear! Hey!
Why?
Hey!
What if it's we get?
It's not a time for you to say something. Stay in front of me.
They yelled at the bear and tossed rocks, but it just kept trailing behind them at a steady pace. Trying to put more distance between them, they picked up their speed. In the middle of all this, the little boy, in his own funny way, asked his mom if they should play dead. Jokes aside, heading into bear territory without bear spray or some kind of protection is definitely not the best idea. The YouTube channel, thefactbyhowtohunt.com, is dedicated to providing outdoor knowledge and motivating people to explore the wilderness. In January 2022, they posted a video showing a group of people who seemed truly frightened by strange noises coming from the woods.
Hear it? Get Trevor. Austin, get the light. Hey! That was not an elk. Where's that coming from? Get my keys. Oh, get ready. Everybody, get in my truck.
The video generated significant discussion among viewers. Some believe the scream could have been made by a person, while others insisted the sounds were too loud and distant to be human. Sound experts who analyzed the clip claimed no human could produce such noises. The fear in the man's voice was also unmistakable. Whether it's genuine or a hoax remains uncertain, and the creator invites viewers to share their opinions in the comments. James, a YouTuber known for his channel Under the Weather, has gained recognition for camping in haunted forests and documenting eerie encounters on camera. Renowned for his skeptical mindset and steady composure, he's about to confront an experience that will push his boundaries. As night falls, he ventures into the infamous Devil's Wood, hurrying to secure a campsite before darkness fully sets in.
Now I'm losing daylight and I'm in a very precarious place. So I need to try and get some wood. Wood, and for a fire, but as you can see, there's a lot of wetness around. I'm camped right next to a river. Tent's already up because, as I said, losing daylight.
James selects a spot beside a calm river, setting up his tent and collecting firewood in preparation for what he hopes will be a quiet night. However, just as he begins making dinner, something unusual occurs.
Right, let's try this out.
A strange sound echoes through the woods, but James dismisses it as just an animal and makes his way back to his tent.
Right, time to get the shoes off and change a little bit. Hang on. Ow. Hang on. There will be little animals scratching around, you know, but and also it's when you're when you're camping right next to a river, stream, whatever it is, you'll hear rocks going through the night, and your brain will tell you that's someone coming to get you, you know, but it's literally rocks just kind of being pushed down by the weight of the water. So I think, what the hell? Hang on, turn this. I think I just turn this. Hello, is there? Anybody there? Hello? Hello?
The noises grow louder, and James sweeps his flashlight through the pitch-black forest. As the beam cuts through the darkness, he spots something terrifying.
Oof. What's that? Right.
As James scans the dark woods with his flashlight, he spots a figure dressed in red peering at him from behind a tree. His heart pounds, but when he directs the light back, the figure is gone. Normally calm and collected, he takes a moment to steady himself. Though the thought of leaving crosses his mind, he ultimately decides to stay, hoping whatever he saw won't return. At sunrise, James quickly packs up his tent and leaves the forest. But one question lingers. What exactly did he see? Was it a restless spirit rumored to haunt Devil's Wood, or a real person silently observing him from the darkness? Thankfully, he never had to find out. In March 2023, a group of Ural riders in Bulgaria were cruising through the forest when, out of nowhere, a bear burst from its den and charged straight at them. One rider lost control of his bike, sending it crashing to the ground. Thinking fast, he bolted for safety, but the bear went straight for the fallen bike. Realizing the danger, the group quickly revved their engines, the loud roar startling the bear just enough to make it back off. In 2022, a YouTuber known as Under the Weather went on a camping trip to a secluded area in Scotland. To stay safe and avoid any risks, he pitched his camp between two small streams. Delighted with his location and the calming sound of the water, he settled in for the night, expecting a peaceful rest. However, what was meant to be a calm experience quickly became a stressful ordeal.
Hello? 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 Now the thing is, I'm kind of on an island here, so there's river on that side, river on that side. It's very hard to get down here if it's a human, that is. Hello? Typical, now I can't hear a thing. Right, I'll turn the light off. I've got a knife in here. I've got a knife. I've got a knife.
Struggling to fall asleep again, he decided to step out of the tent to check what was causing the strange sounds. It was a bold choice, particularly with the risk of encountering a wild animal.
I don't even think... No, because as I said, I'm basically on an island, so there's no way that anyone could actually get it. Jesus Christ! Hello? 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 Jesus Christ! That. Hello? Heard that noise again. It sounds like somebody laughing outside, but I have no idea.
The noises didn't resemble anything an animal could produce. Recognizing the danger, he hurried back to the safety of his tent. By morning, it was clear the night had been a troubling experience for him.
What a night that was. Oh, that was terrifying. It sounded like hysterical laughing that woke me up. Yeah, I just heard people, somebody, noises around there. Like somebody was coming through the water, like your mind running wild. And obviously I went out, had a wee look. Didn't see anything, then I heard like footsteps. Just ran back in here. And then it did go silent after a while. which was alright, so I did get back.
But the bizarre encounter didn't stop there. As he was packing up his gear, he stumbled upon something unusual.
See, the fire went out because pretty wet, that's why I brought my own wood. Hang on a minute. Yeah, look at that. Right. These were in a pile over there. And they were just sitting on the ground. How right. I think someone's playing silly buggers. I think it's time for me to get out of here and well, I can still live to tell another tale.
I'm unsure what those things were, but the way they were arranged pointed to human activities or something lurking in the woods, possibly a creature. Lucas, a YouTuber famous for his biking adventures, ventured out with his nephew Kevin to explore a scenic trail. The day began smoothly, but as the sun set, the atmosphere began to change. While searching for a campsite, they came across something disturbing.
What, some sardines, young man? Anyway, we could find some dry firewood. That would be kind of nice.
Yeah. Wonder what your parents must think of you doing all this crazy shit. Dude, you're with me. Alright. Alright. I am not camping anymore.
They discovered a ritualistic arrangement on the ground, marked with odd symbols and strange items.
Dude, alright, dude. I know I said what they satanic, but it's a joke. I'm not serious, man. Dude, I don't want to camp. I don't want to camp anymore.
Yeah, but there's nothing. We can camp.
Dude.
This doesn't have to, like. We can camp fine. There's nothing out here to get you.
Yeah, then what the is that noise, huh?
Just take a look.
Dude, you need to calm your. I know this is my last night.
How about take it down a notch?
Dude.
And we enjoy the night, you know?
Yeah, enjoy the night with.
You know what? Hey. Hello?
Dude, Lucas. All right, yo, chill. You're joking, right? You're joking.
No. Just chill. Just take it down a notch. There's nothing out here, like, to get you. I mean,
You're man.
The discovery unnerved Kevin, causing him to panic. Lucas tried to downplay the situation, encouraging Kevin to stay calm. But Kevin's fear quickly turned into frustration, and he angrily stormed off, leaving Lucas alone. Since then, Lucas hasn't shared any updates, and the reason behind Kevin's outburst and his decision to run off into the forest remains a mystery. A man went camping in a remote area and set up a trail camera facing his campsite, hoping to capture any animals passing by. The first few nights went by without any issues, but on the last night, a grizzly bear approached the tent, creating a tense moment. The bear stayed nearby, sniffing around and carefully inspecting the area, keeping the campers on edge. Anything could have happened, but after a brief encounter, the bear lost interest and retreated, leaving the camper feeling relieved. A couple camping in Missouri's Sugar Creek State Forest was enjoying a peaceful evening. After pitching their tent in a clearing, they began to hear strange noises around 8 p.m. The sound resembled distant singing, but there was no music, just eerie voices. At first, the campers assumed it might be a group of people or even a cult chanting somewhere in the distance. Curious, they decided to check it out, but as they moved closer, the eerie singing grew louder. Seeing no houses on their map, they decided to head back to their tent for safety. The next morning, they came across a secluded house in the woods where someone was inexplicably singing into a microphone. This chilling video was filmed by Jesse, a well-known TikToker from the channel user .jesse.69. Although his content covers a range of topics, he frequently explores the outdoors, showcasing both its beauty and the eerie mysteries it holds. Jesse, who lives in Virginia, was out for a routine evening stroll when something terrifying happened. He suddenly heard this.
Guys, look at this, man. This looks like a Skinwalker enclosure somewhere. I've seen something like this. What the hell? Hello? Is anybody in there?
The video, titled Skinwalker Trying to Lure Me In, features audio that sounds more like a woman calling for help. Jesse walks deeper into the woods, but eventually turns back when the crying stops. He becomes uneasy and believes it was a skinwalker, a shape-shifting creature known to mimic human voices to draw people in. The comment section is split. Some agree with Jesse, claiming that skinwalkers are dangerous and he made the right choice to leave, while others criticize him for not calling 911 or attempting to help the woman. The real story behind the events in those woods remains unclear. Was it a skinwalker or a real person needing assistance? This video comes from Dan, an adventurer and thrill seeker behind the YouTube channel Cursed Urban, which focuses on exploring some of the eeriest and most spine-chilling spots across the US. From abandoned asylums to haunted forests, Dan specializes in venturing into places few would dare to explore. In this video, Dan goes on a solo overnight adventure, camping deep in a forest known among ghost hunters for its heavy paranormal activity. With high hopes of capturing evidence of the supernatural, he sets up his tent and prepares for a long night of investigation. But what happens during his stay is far beyond what he ever anticipated. It's January 20th, 2025, and as the last traces of daylight fade, Dan settles into his campsite, ready to document any paranormal occurrences.
Welcome back, guys. I am settled here, as you can see, in my trusty pop-up tent. Yeah, so we're going to be doing a little inside the tent investigation tonight. And it'll probably be a shorter video. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Dan chooses to stay inside his tent for most of the investigation. He uses different ghost hunting tools, hoping to make contact with anything in the woods, but nothing notable happens. As time goes on, his initial excitement gives way to a feeling of disappointment.
Dude, it's like we got like nothing tonight. Trying to think of what I want to do. I'm probably going to go to bed just because I feel so beat right now. It's unreal. I just need to lay down and sleep for a bit. Well, I'm ready for bed. I feel absolutely exhausted right now.
Tired from the long night, Dan finally gives in to exhaustion and calls it a night. He settles into his sleeping bag, feeling both comfort and a bit of frustration, unaware of what's about to unfold. He falls into a deep sleep, and the night goes by without any incidents. Or so he believes. The next morning, his alarm wakes him, and as the sunlight streams through the trees, Dan packs up his gear, thinking the night was uneventful. He leaves the forest, not realizing he's captured something unsettling on camera. It's only days later, while reviewing his footage at home, that he makes a shocking discovery. In the middle of the night, while Dan was sound asleep, something invisible pressed gently against the fabric of his tent. For a brief moment, the shape caused the material to distort before vanishing as quickly as it had appeared. A wave of unease swept over Dan as he watched the clip repeatedly, trying to figure out what had happened that night. Was it just an animal, maybe a branch falling from a tree, or something much creepier? When he uploaded the footage, his viewers quickly began speculating. Some thought it was a stray animal brushing against his tent, while others insisted they could see the faint outline of a face pressing against the fabric. To this day, there's been no clear answer, leaving the incident a mystery. One thing is certain though, Dan will never look at solo camping in haunted forests the same way again. Xander Budnick, a popular survival YouTuber, ventured on a solo camping trip in the wilderness. The day started off uneventfully as he hiked and set up his campsite. But as night fell, the weather took a turn for the worse, with storms, lightning, and thunder. While attempting to sleep, Xander was startled by a strange whining noise coming from nearby. The sound resembled the cry of a baby, which left Xander feeling uneasy. He couldn't help but wonder what it might be, but fortunately, the sound stayed far off, and nothing else happened. While camping in the forest, the man noticed something odd and began recording. Then, out of nowhere, he saw something unexpected. In 2015, footage was captured in Leominster, Massachusetts, showing a small, brown, ape-like figure jumping through the trees. The area has no known wild apes, leading some to speculate it could be a baby Bigfoot, while skeptics suggest it might just be someone in a costume. The authenticity of the video is still up for debate. On January 24, 2023, a YouTube channel called Hunting the Unknown uploaded a video where they explored a random location generated by the app Randonautica. For those unfamiliar, Randonautica is an app that generates coordinates for users to explore based on their intentions. At first, it seems harmless, offering a way to add excitement to everyday adventures. However, there have been numerous reports online of users encountering strange and even frightening experiences in locations the app leads them to, with stories ranging from unsettling sightings to run-ins with dangerous people. Upon arriving at the location, the explorers found themselves in a secluded area in the trees. Initially, everything seemed normal, with sounds like branches or twigs breaking, which seemed typical of the woods at night. A few minutes later, he heard a terrifying scream coming from the trees. It was odd and out of place, a screech echoing through the wilderness with no one visible. While it could have been from an animal like a coyote or fox, the sound felt unnervingly human.
I'm not sure if I just heard someone scream. EMF is going crazy in my pocket then. Someone's playing games with me, man. Let's go.
Although it's unusual to hear such sounds in the middle of the night, deep in the wilderness, it's not unheard of. Many people venture into these isolated areas to enjoy nature or seek solitude. However, others might come with less innocent intentions, using the isolation for hanging out or engaging in questionable activities.
I've done this and I've actually got some spooky locations. Usually I've done these Randonautica videos that's taking me in people's private land or the middle of nowhere and there's nothing there at all, like fields. But this time, it's just a spooky place. I'm pretty sure I heard a scream. I was in the car and knock on the door.
He heard the scream once more, and that's when his fear truly set in. The sound was so eerie, and the way it sounded made it almost seem human.
What is that?
A few minutes later, he leaned back and heard a noise. When he looked, he saw a pale face staring at him. Instincts kicked in, and he ran as fast as he could. Reflecting on it later, he wondered if it was just a mask or a prank. Being in such a place alone, surrounded by nothing but darkness, can mess with your mind, making you think you see things that aren't there. Whether it was real or not, it felt too real at the time to stay and find out. Could it have been a prank, a mental illusion, or something darker hiding in the woods? On a chilly night, Carl, the host of Dark Arts TV, returns to Renum Forest, a place infamous for UFO sightings, creatures like Bigfoot, and the legendary demon dog. Despite the unsettling events of their previous visit, Carl is back with his friend Dan, known for their wild camping trips and explorations. They begin what seems like a regular journey, setting up around the campfire as the sun sets, sharing stories, and soaking in the calm of the forest. But as night falls, the forest starts to feel alive in an eerie way.
So it's getting pretty late now, and I think it's time to get on the investigation just to see what happens.
Yeah.
We've got the fire burning, we've not got no food just yet.
They choose to start exploring, not knowing the terrifying turn their night is about to take. As they begin their journey, strange, unexplainable sounds come from the woods.
Oh my God, that's like a dog.
I mean, I'd be happy leaving, to be honest.
Bro, who's going to be walking the dogs, yeah, at 12 at night? In the den, you know what I mean, in the thick of this. It's not normal, that.
A dog's bark breaks the stillness, but this is no ordinary dog. Could it be the legendary demon dog, or are there others lurking in the dense forest?
What the f is that sound, bro? What's that whirring sound? Thing is, bro.
Why is the voices coming from the woods, bro?
Why are we not seeing anyone's lights?
There's no lights. There's no lights right now. Let me show you guys. There's no lights coming from anywhere, and the voices are coming from within the woods, man. What was that? I feel really vulnerable right now.
An eerie sense of unease settles in as the noises intensify. They sit quietly, hoping the sounds will cease, but the forest continues to hum with unsettling activity. Resolute, they choose to press on with their investigation, yet the origin of the noises remains impossible to pinpoint.
That's the thing about see the people.
What was that? What was that? Something moved over there.
No, but the thing is, it's like there's only so much you can take mentally.
Yeah.
Before it starts really messing in my head. It's just so.
Dude, what's going on?
But I just don't know if it's my.
What is going on? Yeah, I don't know.
I'm trying to think like a reasonable explanation.
Oh! No, bro, what was that? No, bro, what was that again? Dude, it's happening again.
The atmosphere grows heavy with tension as they sense an unseen presence watching them, yet no source can be identified. Realizing they aren't alone, they make the tough choice to pack up and leave the forest.
Let's go. Man, what the is going on in this place? Hey, this place is no joke.
I mean, first of all, I've got to apologise and say, you know, I'm sorry we didn't stick it out. It is very rare that you'll ever see us do this.
Yeah.
You know, especially with the effort it takes to do these videos. We've driven four and a half hours here, and it's 4.5 hours home. Obviously, we did last night, and tonight, obviously, we want to stick it out. This section of the forest, I believe to be the worst.
Now, it could be explainable. It could be like someone going through the woods with a dog, but we would have seen some form of light in the distance, and it was just absolutely nothing.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought, you know, when I heard that voice, and it was getting closer.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was going further away, it was getting closer. I was expecting to see a man with a torch, and then that's when I would have been relieved. And the fact we didn't, that's when I started.
The unsettling noises and the overwhelming feeling of being observed become impossible to dismiss, leading them to declare the forest genuinely haunted. They make a vow never to return. Have you ever encountered something like this? Hearing strange sounds but seeing nothing? Dan ventures out for a solo camping trip in the eerie silent forest, known for strange occurrences. Campers have reported a sudden silence before odd sounds fill the air, and paranormal activity is said to be common, with some even claiming to have seen Bigfoot and other mythical creatures. Curious about the stories, Dan decides to explore for himself. On February 1st, 2025, he arrives as night falls and begins setting up camp. After sharing the chilling tales he's read, he quickly gets his tent ready and starts a fire, gearing up for the investigation ahead.
Ah! Almost got attacked by it, but it's all good. Done. Set up. Now I just got to fill it with all my stuff. Get it a little bit more level. There we go. I have, as you can see, gotten my camp set up as best as I can. Yeah, got some heat going on in here. It's nice. It's really nice. Yeah, much better than outside, that's for sure.
Dan is all set up and ready to begin his investigation from inside the tent. He starts asking questions through his spirit talker, hoping for some paranormal responses. At first, the answers seem random, but he stays patient, waiting for something meaningful. The night is quiet, with the forest unusually still, until something strange happens.
Someone's coming.
Someone's coming. Who's coming? Is it who I saw earlier? The person that looked like they were made of shadows?
The sound of footsteps and a loud crack like a branch snapping immediately made Dan uneasy. His heart started racing as he recalled the spirit talker's last message. "There's someone coming." The noises that followed seemed to confirm it, coming from the surrounding darkness.
Someone's coming.
Dan stays frozen, not saying a word, his heart racing as the rustling noises grow louder from the darkness. But then, just as quickly as they started, everything falls silent again. The forest returns to its eerie stillness, leaving Dan questioning if what he heard was something paranormal.
There's no way that's a coincidence. Absolutely none. Absolutely none. All right, so after that last response, where we were in the water, didn't hear anything from Spirit Talker, waited a few minutes, 5 minutes, maybe 7 minutes. Nothing at all. That what we heard though. That was, like I said, dude, that was too much of a coincidence.
Dan puts the spirit talker down and tries different equipment, hoping for a clearer response. However, the silence persists. The atmosphere that was once filled with tension now feels empty, as if whatever was there had vanished. He cycles through his devices, hoping for something to pick up, but nothing happens. It seems the spirits have lost interest, leaving only an unsettling quiet.
That was obviously a pretty big bust. Yeah, it started off good, and then it seemed to get slower with less and less answers, and then slower and slower, and now it's just nothing. I can't get anything on either of these two. I didn't bring any of my other equipment, but I don't know if that would make any sort of a difference either, because it's, you know, if something doesn't want to communicate, it's not going to communicate.
Feeling disappointed, Dan decides to wrap up his investigation and try to relax. He settles into his sleeping bag, hoping the warmth of his tent will ease the unease from earlier. As he begins to drift off to sleep, a faint sound interrupts the silence. Quiet at first, but unmistakably close. His body tenses as he realizes something is moving just outside his tent. The rustling sound and those footsteps freak Dan out, making his heart race. He stays frozen for a second, trying to figure out if it's an animal, a person, or something else. The uncertainty is making him anxious. Staying in the tent without knowing what's going on feels worse, so he finally decides to get up, take a deep breath, and check outside.
Yo! What is that? What was that? Hello? Is there someone here?
As Dan unzips the tent, a few loud bangs echo through the trees, freezing him in his tracks. Summoning all his courage, he steps outside, only to be met with complete silence. He scans his surroundings, but there's nothing there. The forest is empty once again.
I don't know. And then I heard something metal. I wonder if it was this. Like, I don't know. I definitely heard some sort of metal, like clanging noise or something. For sure.
Dan struggles to make sense of what just happened, and the silence that follows only makes him more uneasy. The thought of something dangerous being so close to his tent continues to weigh on him. He goes back and forth on whether to stick it out or leave before anything else happens. Eventually, he decides to pack up. It's early morning, and sleep feels impossible now. Still on edge and a little disappointed, he gathers his gear, constantly checking his surroundings, expecting another sound in the darkness. Once he's all packed, he doesn't hesitate to leave the campsite. As he makes his way out of the forest, one question keeps running through his mind. What was out there in the dark? Men's Life, a YouTube channel run by a couple who document their adventures exploring haunted forests, experienced a night they would never forget.
I just had a weird nightmare.
What happened? What happened?
You feel electricity? What's that? You feel electricity?
Mm-mm. What was your dream?
Something was holding me still. Something was literally paralyzing me. I couldn't move.
Seriously?
Yeah. It's freaking me out, man. That is the last dream I wanted to have tonight. Oh.
Just cut the cord and try to go back to bed, baby.
Oh my god. It's like holding me down and laughing.
Laughing?
Yeah, my dream. Oh, I feel like I can't breathe.
You okay?
I think so, but that was fucking creepy. Oh my god.
As the couple settled in for the night, the man set up a device to capture any ghostly sounds in the forest. Not long after, it picked up a voice saying, "out," followed by something unclear. Deciding to get some rest, they left the device and cameras running. During the night, the man suddenly struggled to breathe and felt like he couldn't move his head. He woke up briefly to tell his wife, then went back to sleep. The next morning, still feeling off, his face and muscles tense, he wondered if a spirit had tried to take control of him. Fortunately, they both made it out unharmed. This spooky video was filmed by Jake, a popular YouTuber from Jake Ghost Hunter. His channel focuses on the paranormal, and over the years, he's captured everything from eerie voices to shadowy figures. But on this Halloween night, October 31st, 2023, he stumbled upon something truly unexpected. Jake set out to investigate the infamous Blair Witch Forest, a place rumored to be haunted by a vengeful spirit. Locals warn that those who wander too far often disappear, just like the 3 filmmakers in 1994 who vanished, leaving only chilling footage behind. Strange rock formations, eerie symbols, and an unsettling presence make the forest feel alive, trapping those who dare to enter. Despite the legends, Jake wasn't scared. He spent years proving skeptics wrong by documenting unexplainable encounters. Determined to uncover the truth, he brought along his friends, Noah and Clayton, both experienced explorers, to see what really lurks in the Blair Witch Forest.
He just warned us that this place is dangerous. It's just outside of Baltimore, which, if you don't know, is one of the most crime-ridden cities in the entire country. We don't have to just worry about the spirits and the cryptids out here. We have to worry about people. So Colin warned us that there are hundreds of unsolved that take place in these exact woods that we were going.
The video kicks off like any other exploration, friends having fun, laughing, and filming their adventure. But they had no idea this trip would soon take a dark turn, one that would haunt them forever. Their first stop was the abandoned church, a creepy landmark tied to the Blair Witch legend. With night falling fast, they rushed to get to the eerie site before the darkness took over the forest.
Shh, dude, just walk down there. Shh. There's like tribal drums. Oh my god, boys. Noah, look at this, dude. Be careful, guys. There is people here. We don't know who they are. We made it. There's got to be like a party type thing going on because there were people. That's weird, though. That's what they're having it here. Dressed up as what? No, they were like dressed up in like nice clothes, like. Okay, okay. So we are here, dude. We're here. In the Blair Witch Church. We're here. We're here. We found it. Let's go.
As soon as they arrived, they set up their cameras and began planning their next move. But before they could get far, it quickly became obvious they weren't alone.
Let's go. Now we just have to find some evidence of this thing, bro. Yeah. Just explore it. Dude, no, this is not normal. No, what is that? Sounded like War of the Worlds alien, bro. Guys, you guys are not concerned enough about this. That is tribal drums. That's not normal music. There's no way back here except for the trail we just walked, but no car was at the entrance, and that was just a tribal horn sounding thing, dude. Like, why would that be a sound back here? I don't know. That's not music. I didn't even know you could get back here that way. Dude, you can't. You can only get back here from the trail. That's why I'm saying, why are they here?
A feeling of unease settled over them as they heard a faint sound echoing through the trees. A quick look between them confirmed they weren't alone. The eerie warnings from fellow YouTuber Colin about staying alert resurfaced in their minds. Unsure if it was hikers, squatters, or something more sinister, they decided to investigate. Knowing the forest was near one of the most dangerous cities in America, they stayed alert. However, they chose not to let fear control them and kept their focus on the real reason for their trip, to explore the haunted legends that plagued the woods.
You heard a tap over there?
I heard like there's shale rock over here, and it sounded like somebody just off.
Music box just went off, dude. Are you the demon that they brought with them? Make that go off if you are. You come over here now, so that, yeah, that way you're not even close to it. It just went off. Did it go off again? Dude, I just asked if it was the demon. We're starting to get a little activity.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So I'm gonna go to airplane mode, and I'm gonna get the chronometer out, and we're gonna run the chronometer and see if any voices. Tell us who you are with this device, please. Speak with us. Come back by. That is. Oh! Oh my god! 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 Hello.
You back away for us, please.
Back away if you're a demon. Step back.
Step back if you remember Colin, Seth, or Josh.
Is it?
Ghost town! What? That's where we're at!
You're right. Oh my god.
Ghost town!
That's not good. We need to be quiet, guys, because there's people over there. But we're in a ghost town, and that.
Oh my god, stop.
Is the Blair Witch real? Make that go off if the Blair Witch is real. Oh my god. No way.
Dude.
I have a question. Is the Blair Witch a demon?
Oh my god. Dude. Okay,
They were pumped as their ghost hunting gear started reacting. It was finally going down. This had been on their bucket list for years, and now they were living it. But with each try to make contact, the darkness around them felt heavier, like something was watching. Then, they heard rustling from a distance.
Is something gonna happen when the sun goes all the way down?
Dude, this thing already confirmed that the Blair Witch is real. I still hear him, bro. Yeah. Wait, where are they?
They're down.
Down where, bro?
I heard it down through that doorway.
It's getting louder.
Do we need to leave? Okay, too close. Are they coming this way?
What was shut up?
I heard that. I actually heard that.
I know.
Get down. That was from over there, bro.
Dude, I actually heard that one.
I'm not even kidding, guys. Get down.
Like, hang on.
Yes. Guys, stay down.
See it from here? Look, you can see it. Hurry. It's down on the river, so we're chilling. But there is a flashlight, so there are people.
Can't see. Oh my god.
What?
I actually thought I just saw something move past that doorway.
This one or the back one?
I don't know which one.
Hello?
No, come with us. What the?
What was that? We just screamed. We're getting surrounded.
All right, come over here now. Everyone stick together. Stay close. I'm being serious, dude.
Branches snapped, and they could hear footsteps all around them. They were surrounded. They knew there were people in the woods, but in the middle of their ghost hunt, they convinced themselves it might be something paranormal, maybe even the Blair Witch itself. Excited and pumped up, they rushed toward the noise, totally unaware they were walking right into something way more dangerous.
You'll have a light, just walk with us. We need the night vision, just in case we need to go lights out. Just stay between us. Okay, guys, wait.
This is it.
We just heard people in the woods. Okay, let's go. Come on. Say goodbye to the church, guys.
Goodbye. You can follow us. Stay here. God, please.
They grabbed their gear and rushed out of the church, hurrying through the thick woods with just one flashlight to light the way. But they didn't realize that the light wasn't only guiding them, it was also giving away where they were.
Guys, flashlight, right there.
That's across the other side.
Okay, stay down. I'll use my light. Come here.
I'm not talking about that.
Yeah. Guys, something was behind us, dude.
I know. Look, we got all the evidence we need. We need to get out of here. We need to get back.
In the distance, they noticed a figure with a flashlight heading toward the church they had just fled, as if it had been tracking their every move. That's when they realized they were being hunted.
What the is that? Guys, we are leaving because no one knows we're here. We're in the middle of nowhere. We're not safe. That's fine. That's good. Stay with us, guys. Dude, there could be people on any of these ledges. Dude, what is moving behind me? I keep hearing leaves. I don't like that. It's like hidden, dude. Hidden. Okay, keep moving now. Keep moving along.
Here, keep going. God, dude, I feel like something's like right behind us. I keep looking back, bro.
You be filming?
I'm filming right now. I've been filming the whole time.
What was that? What was that?
What was that? What was that, guys? What that was? That was like a freaking hell. Don't trip. Shh. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Go. I'm not even joking. Go. Come on. Did you hear that screams and howling?
Yes.
Something was screaming and howling. This way. Wait, up here.
Ryan, come on! Little. I don't give a care. Get down. Get down. Hold this. Where are we?
Baltimore County 911 Center. Your call will be answered by the next available call taker. The following tones are for the hearing impaired.
We were just filming a YouTube video out here on this trail, and then started to happen on our way back to our car.
The video ends with the boys, shaken and scared, unable to move as they search for somewhere to hide. They stay completely still, hoping the threat won't find them. Time seemed to drag on as they realized this wasn't a paranormal encounter, but something far worse. Eventually, the flashing lights of the police appeared, and the boys hurried out of the forest, hearts racing. Although they made it out safely, the experience was far more terrifying than they could have imagined. It served as a harsh reminder that in places like these, the real danger isn't the supernatural, but the people lurking in the shadows. Whoever had been after them was gone by the time the authorities arrived, leaving only fear and unanswered questions. Exploring with Bear revisited a location where he had previously encountered suspicious and dangerous individuals. From the moment he arrived, things felt off and only got worse.
That is crazy. Right after I did the whoop, too. It was right after the whoop. There's no way. I can't wait to see if that came up. That had to come up on camera. That was like, it felt like it was right on us. This feels stupid. But I don't want to go that way. Let's see if this light helps. Does that help? What was that? I just seen something really weird move across. Oh my goodness, my hair's standing straight up. Oh, I could just be freezing. Oh. Oh, did you guys hear that? Barking spider. That surely wasn't me. What is that? It's like glowing. Maybe it's a steak or something. Wow.
something moving. Okay. Man, it is free. Ooh, this might be it. I think we found it. Now, last time there was like 3 or 4 deer. Let's see if we can see any deer. What is that? What is that? Oh, it just moved. What is that? Oh, it just moved.
At the start of the trail, Bear heard rocks falling around him, making him suspect someone was nearby. As he continued walking, a growing sense of unease set in despite the beautiful surroundings. When he reached the spot from his previous visit and turned to look around, he spotted a hooded figure. At first, it remained still, but after a few moments, it moved, sending Bear sprinting back to his van. On December 30th, 2023, popular YouTuber Chris, known for his eerie explorations of haunted places, embarks on a camping trip with his friends Benjamin and Jasko. While the trio is no stranger to the paranormal, what they experience that night is far more terrifying than any ghost encounter. As night falls, they reach a dense forest, the perfect setting for one of their spooky adventures. After setting up camp, the group decides to split up and explore the dark woods. Chris, ever the thrill seeker, pulls out a spirit box in hopes of communicating with spirits. However, the forest stays eerily quiet until something unexpected happens.
This is creepy because we're just going farther and farther in the woods, and there's nothing around us right now. It sounds like someone's walking around in the snow. And again, I'm a realist too. Like, there could actually be an animal nearby. Animal could be in like a little hole. Whatever it is likes to hang out in here, clearly. Like, look at all that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did you?
Agonizing.
It is agonizing. It's agonizingly scary. Did you just tap on that tree? Something out here is trying to scare me. This forest is too much. Like, for real.
Chris hears faint footsteps echoing around him, though he can't see anyone. Growing uneasy, he decides to return to the campsite and meet up with Benjamin and Jasko by the car.
I hope that things go smooth for the rest of the night, because I don't know how much more of this craziness I can take. What was that? You guys good? I don't know what I'm doing, my light is all messed up.
Something's coming.
What?
Something's coming.
Where?
Like a vehicle or something. What if it's that same vehicle from earlier?
It might be.
Hold on.
Like, you actually think there's a vehicle coming right now?
Listen.
Oh, I see lights, Dude, cut your light. Cut your lights right now. Good? I don't know what I'm doing, my light is all messed up.
Something's coming.
What?
Something's coming.
Where?
Like a vehicle or something. What if it's that same vehicle from earlier?
It might be.
Hold on.
Like, you actually think there's a vehicle coming right now?
Listen.
Oh, I see lights. Dude, cut your light. Cut your lights right now. Look at, there's a light up there.
Hey, is that a car?
I literally see lights coming at us. Look at that. We're all lit up. I'm turning myself up. You guys see those lights up there? Yo, they're shining a light around.
Wait, what?
They're shining a light around. Look. What was that?
Are they still at the campsite?
I don't know, I can't tell. Whoa. Are we seeing lights or are we just seeing the fire? Because I'm pretty sure I saw like a flashlight shining around, but I could be wrong.
No, I saw something too.
There's only lights right there.
Get down.
Yo, it's right there. Look it. Oh. I don't know. There's more than one.
What?
Just stay down. Just stay down.
Dude, they're driving really slow.
Oh, yo.
They stopped at our campsite.
What are they doing?
Ooh.
They just took off. Bro, what the hell was that?
Why did they stop at the campsite?
How many people do you think there were? Any good? Let's all stick together. This is so weird.
They hear a car engine approaching their campsite, and it stops nearby. The three friends hold their breath, staying as quiet as possible, unsure of the car's intentions. After a tense moment, the vehicle drives away, leaving them unseen. But the unease lingers, settling deep in their bones.
We gotta talk about something for a second. If they came from that way,
what was that other light?
Someone came from that way and was like walking around our campsite with flashlights. Did they pick them up?
They might have. Maybe there actually was somebody out here. I don't see anybody. I think we're okay. Dude.
Yeah, that was a little strange. Because here's the thing. If someone's out here doing like a little campsite thing, why would you show up with lights outside of your windows, like pointing them and stuff?
Doesn't make any sense. Like they were just like shining, like I don't know if they were gonna try to take some stuff. So they pointed their lights at us. It was really weird. I just have a weird feeling.
I'm just curious about what we saw initially, because there was noises and people from both
before that vehicle came,
yeah,
right?
before they came.
I saw a light moving around, without a doubt. Like I'm almost nervous to go down there now. So I just don't know. Alright, no. Oh my god, yo, dude. Kill the fire, let's get out of here, dude. Seriously, let's get the out of here. Kill the fire, let's get out of here. Get this out. Yes. Those are gunshots. Here, pipe this. I'm just packing anything out, dude. This is broken. You can't close your case.
Hurry. Go.
Get in the truck.
Go.
That ain't worth it. It is not worth it.
They were trying to scare us.
That was so close to us, too.
They were trying to
scare at us? That's why I just don't understand.
But they were definitely trying to scare us. I could say that with 100% certainty.
You're trying to cover stuff, so just be careful. We have to like pull over down here. I want to get somewhere safe right now.
Gunshots pierce the forest, causing panic as the group realizes the danger they're in. What started as a ghost hunt quickly turns into a life-threatening situation. They grab their belongings and flee, leaving everything behind as they sprint to safety. Chris, Benjamin, and Jasko manage to escape the forest, but the mystery lingers. Were the people in the car after them, or was there something even darker at work? Without any updates, the unanswered questions leave everyone wondering what really hides in those woods. Mark Wilkins, a beloved YouTuber from the channel Northeast Georgia Kayak Fishing, has been sharing peaceful adventures through rivers and lakes for over 6 years. His channel captures the beauty of nature and the art of fishing, offering an escape from the stress of modern life. But on December 13, 2024, a typical fishing trip turned into a nightmare that would haunt him. The morning was misty, with a thin fog hanging over Lake Emery, particularly near the Little Tennessee River. The cold air was refreshing, and the water was still, reflecting the gray sky. Mark invited his friend John to join him on the water. The two loaded their kayaks, secured their fishing gear, and strapped on GoPros to capture the day. They were familiar with the lake, and everything felt calm as they paddled through the familiar waters. After a few hours of fishing and sharing stories, something unsettling appeared.
Human being?
Copy that.
Say again?
Copy. I think we got a body here. Yep, we do. A body. Oh my god, a body. I found the body. Body. Oh my god, a body. I gotta call the police. It's right there. God, a body. Call 911. I don't want to sit here and poke at it. 911. I am fishing on Lake Emery and I have come across the body.
Where out on Lake Emery?
I am putting at the boat ramp and I was going down towards the discharge, the water station discharge, and I'm kind of in between the discharge and the boat ramp, heading down towards the dam.
Okay, are you in the water?
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at it. I mean, it could, I mean, it looks like a body. I mean, there's a hand sticking up. There's a rotted face. I don't know if it's some kind of stupid Halloween spooky thing, but I'm not touching it. So.
Okay, what was your name, sir?
My name is Mark Wilkins. It looks like it's been here for
5051 or 5005, your phone number?
Yes, sir. John, go up there and look at that and tell me what you think. No, you can see his face. I mean, I thought it was like some kind of yard decoration or something, but I don't know, dude. That looks pretty to me.
That looks like a person.
Yeah, like it's been here for a minute. Oh my God, dear Lord, please rest that person's soul. Oh.
That's sad.
I mean, I saw that hand sticking up and I was just like, is that some kind of Halloween, like, spooky yard thing that ended up in here?
Right.
Because it is small.
Yeah, it is.
But I looked at the face, dude. It's definitely a person. Hey, and there's shoes at the boat ramp, dude. There's just a pair of, like, little Crocs, not like a girl-sized Crocs just sitting there at the boat ramp. Weird.
What's the report of a girl missing?
Yeah, it was like a young, it's hard to tell by that face. It was like a young girl, but there's no way that would decay in that fast. I mean, I don't know how long they said she was missing in that little thing, but.
Yeah, this looks like it's been there a minute.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you. I'll call you if I need it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hey, don't forget to check that boat ramp, dude. Those little pairs of shoes. That's.
We got somebody.
Oh.
Going down there now.
That's creepy as hell, dude.
The police arrived shortly after and confirmed Mark and John's worst fear. It was a young girl, her life tragically cut short. They found a pair of shoes further up the riverbank that appeared to belong to her. However, her identity, how she got there, and the circumstances surrounding her death remained unknown. Authorities cordoned off the area, turning the once serene lake into a crime scene. Though shaken, Mark and John stayed behind to provide their statements. Mark later posted the video on YouTube, where his viewers flooded the comments with messages of support, expressing their sympathy for the girl and admiration for the men's courage. In the weeks that followed, Mark found it difficult to return to the water. What was once a peaceful escape had become a source of nightmares. His videos began to feel different, with a noticeable heaviness in his demeanor. For his audience, it was a harsh reminder that even the most beautiful places can conceal darkness. For Mark, it was a life-changing experience, reshaping his perspective and strengthening his resolve to cherish every moment and prioritize safety. This eerie video was captured by Jonathan, a YouTuber you might recognize from his channel Happy Hippie Wild Living. Known for his always upbeat attitude and rarely showing fear, Jonathan has a deep love for nature and outdoor living. For over 2 years, he's captivated his viewers with content ranging from camping trips to exploring abandoned places and much more. But in this particular video, things took a terrifying turn. It all began on January 3rd, 2024, when Jonathan set out on another solo wilderness adventure. As usual, Jonathan enjoys changing his sleeping spots each night, and today's destination was a small hut deep in the wild. What he didn't realize was that this seemingly peaceful cabin hid something much darker inside.
Welcome to day 435 of me living out in nature, and it's the new year, so I thought I'd do a nice long video instead of the little short minute ones I've been doing recently. Today I'm going to go find a bovvy around this area somewhere. It'll be the third time I've stayed in a bovvy. I've never had any guests, so third time.
Jonathan starts his live stream explaining his plans for the day. Despite the chilly, rainy winter conditions, he remains upbeat and excited. As he makes his way through the peaceful bushland, he enjoys the solitude of the journey.
I'm going to is called the White Lagan, I believe, and it's by Loch D. And I've got a bit of wood with me, just in case there's no dry stuff there, so I can have a fire with ease. Not seen a single person on this hike yet, but that's how most of my days go in the winter. I like that, I get to do this in the winter mostly, and then the summer job, I'm just at one place, so I miss all the crowds when I'm out in nature. There's my home in the distance. Let me zoom in. It's got the nice Scottish flag on it. Let's go see what it looks like. I've had people say I'm brave and ballsy for living this lifestyle, but there's nothing brave about it when it's doing something you love, so I don't agree with that. I do agree with doing things you're passionate about in life. You only live once, life goes by pretty fucking quick, so get out there and do what you want.
When Jonathan spotted the small house, a warm smile crossed his face. He walked toward it, completely unaware of the unsettling presence that lurked inside.
I've made it to my home for the night and it looks beautiful. Oh nice, bunk beds. Alright, sweet.
After inspecting the house and finding it empty, Jonathan assumed he'd be spending the night alone. He unpacked his gear, set up his sleeping area, and started to settle in, until he noticed a family walking by.
More people are coming, but they've drove it. I didn't even know you could drive on this road. And I just had that family come in, and they said they'd just been to a different bovvy nearby, and they were just searching around for another one. So they're just going to have a little walk somewhere, and they said, I might have guests tonight, so we'll see how it goes.
Jonathan chatted with the family for a bit. They weren't sure if they'd stay the night in the small house, but left the option open. As night began to fall, Jonathan decided to head inside, cook dinner, and settle in for the evening.
Set up my bed for the night. Gonna get the fire on when it gets darker. There's normally loads of candles around, but they've all been burnt out. Finish off the haggis, and of course, putting in my favourite, cayenne pepper. And as always, top it off with a little mustard. And there we have dinner fit for a little hippie. Simple and delicious.
Everything seemed calm and normal. Jonathan even managed to make the place cozy with a fire before heading to bed. But that's when the first strange things started happening.
Probably be me for most of the night now. I just get the music on, enjoy this beautiful fire, and then get back outside tomorrow in my hammock. I got one of them water filter straws, and it comes with 2 little bags as well, so you can attach the straw to that. But I've not got to use. Maybe this is the guests. The there's no one there. I don't know if that's just the people f***ing me or something. I don't know if that's something they do. But I don't think it would be that family if it was just a dad and his daughter and son.
Weird sounds echoed from outside, like someone was toying with him. Every time Jonathan checked, he found nothing. Although puzzled, he tried to ignore it, but the eerie noises kept going, putting him on edge.
Knocking on the door again, and then I went out, but there was no one there, so I don't know what's going on, but I've not heard of any haunted bobbies or anything. I've never had weird. Just wanted a nice little bobby night. If you've watched all my videos before, you know I don't do this. Fun night.
Feeling on edge, Jonathan settled into bed, his eyes alert and scanning the shadows. A strange, unsettling feeling crept over him, as if someone were observing him through the windows. However, when he looked outside, everything was empty.
Walking around in the other room, and then I go in there, and it just stops. Maybe I just put my music on really loud and forget about it. Cameraman never right. So it's been about an hour and a half since I last made a video, and I've just been doing what I said. I've had my music on loud, I've listened to Blink, some drum and bass, some reggae, and I'm doing what I came here to do, and that's have a good night. So I'm enjoying my time by this fire, and have an amazing day tomorrow, back out in nature where I belong, so peace and love.
Hoping to ease his nerves, Jonathan logged off from his viewers and played some music. The mood seemed to calm down, and he finally decided to go to sleep. Thankfully, the rest of the night passed without incident.
Had a bit of an experience last night, not really sure what was going on. Thought it was just people knocking the door and running away that were camping nearby, but it didn't seem like that when I went outside. Couldn't really explain what was happening next door with the noises, but I'm not really a believer in ghosts myself. It was a bit creepy, but I'm more of an alien guy. But if you are into ghosts and all that paranormal stuff, these are not the videos for you, because this is not what I do, this is not what I'm about. I'm just a happy hippie, hiking, living in nature, loving the world. I never have anything like this happen to me, so hopefully it's just a one-off and everything goes back to normal now. So
the next morning, Jonathan reflected on the odd events from the previous night. While he tried to dismiss it, the mystery stuck with him. He didn't think it was a ghost, but after inspecting the area, he found no evidence of anyone being outside. So, who or what was responsible for the noises? The source remained unknown. Despite this, Jonathan carried on with his nature explorations, but promised himself he wouldn't return to that cabin. His experience reminded him that in the wild, you might not always be as alone as you believe. On a chilly night in April 2024, Chris ventured into one of America's most haunted forests, known for its creepy rituals and unsettling sightings, earning it the eerie nickname Nightmare Ground. Fortunately, Chris was not alone. His friend Jasko was with him, and both were excited to uncover the unknown. However, they had no idea how quickly their night would take a frightening turn. Initially, everything seemed normal. They set up camp, lit a fire, and got ready to explore the woods with a spirit box to try and communicate with whatever might be lurking. Almost instantly, they made contact.
So, like, you know, I don't. It could be.
What the fuck is that?
Hang the on, bro. What was that?
Listen. It sounds like leaves crunching, branches breaking.
Let's start walking, dude. There's no reason to risk this. Line behind us, please.
A sudden sound from the woods right in front of them shocked them. In a panic, they quickly retreated, hoping they wouldn't come face to face with whatever or whoever was out there.
I keep hearing, it literally sounds like someone just walking behind me. Please stay here. Please do not follow us back to our campsite. I want to sleep in peace tonight. I don't want to be harmed. Bro, run, run. What? Hell no, dude.
In a panic, they hurried back to their campsite, hoping it would be safer, but the danger wasn't over. After taking a moment to calm down, they ventured out once more, only to discover something deeply unsettling.
Wait. Chris, I'm not trying to scare you right now. I swear. Can you hold this for 1 second? I'm about to freak. I'm not trying to scare you.
You're good, you're good, you're good.
On everything, I turn around, bro, and it looked like something walked in front of the fire.
Alright, well, I don't like that one bit. So if there's someone or something over there, we need to either head back or get farther away from it. I don't know which one.
Ah.
Hello? Sorry, it's just like my go-to when I'm scared.
I'm legit like tearing up. Because I could see the campfire perfectly from here.
A figure appeared, walking in front of their campfire. Chris called out, but there was no response. Feeling uneasy, they decided to head back to the campsite and confront whoever or whatever was out there.
I'm really hoping your camera picks up. I'm moving slowly. It's in that direction of the light. I don't know if your camera's picking it up. Wait, I have my phone. Chris, I'm gonna take a night shot photo. The problem is, the light, whatever it is moving.
Maybe you can capture it though. Do like 2 or 3 of them, see if you capture it.
Brother?
Is that it in the middle that I'm seeing?
Brother.
Bro, oh my god, you captured it. You got it on camera. Oh my god, bro.
I'm telling you, we're not losing it, bro. There's something out here. There's someone out here. I'm gonna play it safe because I don't know what their intentions are.
I apologize. I know we always like see things and we can't always like find it or show you on camera, but we literally just captured that. I'm losing my shit right now.
They noticed a light in the distance, and it became clear they weren't alone.
That is not that far from us.
No, bro. We're talking a couple 100 feet maybe. Because if I'm standing still right now and it's moving, honest to God, that's concerning. What the f is that?
Bro. And I just don't know how much more of this stuff I can personally handle tonight. The lights really do concern me a little bit because I don't know who or what that is and why it seems like it's getting closer to us.
Back at the campsite, they retreat into their tent, feeling uneasy, but the night is far from over.
Hello? Jess? What the hell was that? I was having the wildest dream. I don't know, that was like one of the most evil dreams I've had in a long time. That was so weird. Jeez, I'm going back to sleep.
A branch is thrown against the tent, and although he tries to dismiss it as part of a nightmare, the noises continue, keeping him from falling back to sleep.
Oh, what the hell was that? Oh, the camera's still rolling. Oh wow, the battery's still got a lot left. What was that? Jeez. Good God, this place is crazy.
Moments later, Jasko returns, clearly rattled by what he's just experienced outside.
Yeah, bro, what? What's wrong?
What the f down there, man?
Bro, what are you doing?
What the f down there? Bro, please.
Bro, what the hell?
Bro, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here.
What's going on? Hang on. What the? Are you good?
No, no.
He had run into someone in the woods, and the fear in his eyes was undeniable.
It's weird. I'm fine with that. I get it.
Honestly, I'm saying too. I'll get in the morning. I don't care. Legit, I don't care.
Where are we gonna go?
A hotel somewhere nearby. We'll find something.
Okay, bro. Are you good though?
At this point, I'd rather sleep in the trunk bed or something. I don't care.
That's fine. Yeah, let's just grab our essentials and we'll get out of here.
They hurried to leave the forest, taking only what they needed and abandoning the rest. The following morning, they came back to pick up their things, but the forest was eerily silent. The mystery remains. Who or what was there with them that night? Grizzly Gaz, a passionate outdoorsman from the UK, documents his solo camping and wilderness adventures across the island. Sometimes, he explores locations linked to local legends, history, and mysteries, while other times, he simply records his overnight backpacking trips with his French bulldog. This trip was supposed to be one of the latter, a straightforward overnight stay to test out a new tarp shelter and sleeping bag. But what was meant to be a quiet night in the peaceful Yorkshire woods took an unexpected turn after nightfall. As Gaz searches for the perfect campsite, he comes across the remains of a previous camp. At the center lies a burned-up mattress, its springs blackened and exposed. Scattered around are discarded trash, toilet paper, and tools, evidence that whoever stayed there last had no intention of cleaning up after themselves.
Oh, look at this. Looks like some knobbers have been here. Left a right mess. Look at the state of it. Burnt mattresses and that. Looks like this isn't a decent spot for me to camp anymore. Look, they've been sawing trees down and that. What the? Honestly, people just don't have any respect at all.
Gaz notices a handsaw left behind at the site. It looks perfectly fine, so why was it abandoned? Were the previous campers cutting down trees? There's no sign of a shelter, and experienced campers know that firewood should be dry, not freshly cut. Usually people collect fallen branches, not chop down green trees. Something feels off, but with no one around to explain, Gaz is left wondering. The campsite has been empty for a while, and the careless treatment of nature is disappointing. As the sun sets, he cleans up the area before setting up camp. After finishing his beer and waiting for the rain to stop, he starts the fire, unaware that the night is about to take a strange turn.
Let's see if we can get this going, shall we? Get some of this oak at the bottom. We're not going to have a massive fire tonight because I just want to cook my food. Just try to use what them idiots have.
The sound of snapping twigs echoed through the woods, but Gaz didn't pay much attention and continued tending to his fire. However, once he lay down in his hammock, the noises grew more frequent and seemed to be getting closer, almost as if someone was approaching. Trying to shake off his unease, Gaz cooked up some steak and chicken for dinner, which seemed to help him relax. He expected a peaceful night, with the gentle crackling of the fire and the fresh scent of rain lingering in the air. But, unfortunately for him, he wasn't alone in the woods that night.
Aegis Max UL sleeping bag, but I'll probably do that in the morning. If not, it'll be another video. So, subscribe for that, will you? Anyway, we're gonna chill out now, and I'll see you in the morning.
As Gaz wraps up his video for the night, he drifts off to sleep, only to be jolted awake less than 2 hours later by the sound of something or someone moving around his campsite. He quickly quiets his dog and listens intently, trying to make sense of what's happening outside.
Oh, come on, someone's this. I've got haven't they?
He stays still inside the tent, every second stretching into what feels like minutes. Beyond the sound of something moving around his campsite, eerie noises echo through the trees, adding to the growing tension. At first, it resembles the chirping of birds, possibly crows or ravens, but slowly, the sound deepens, morphing into something strange and unidentifiable. Gaz slips on his boots, switches on his headlamp, and steps outside to investigate.
I know it's someone with me. Got a big dog here. And a nice knife with your name on it.
Thinking it might be the same campers who left all the trash behind, Gaz calls out into the woods, hoping to scare off whoever, or whatever, might be lurking nearby.
Well, the wind's picked up now. Can't hear anything. Is it just wind or what? Am I paranoid?
Gaz keeps searching but can't locate the source of the noise. Whatever it is, it remains concealed in the shadows. He knows it's still out there, but without being able to see it, there's not much he can do. Realizing it might be safer to not stay exposed, he heads back to his hammock.
I think my mind's playing tricks on me. I kept hearing twigs breaking or branches breaking. You alright, mate? It's alright, chill out. And I heard it sounded like a pig, but we ain't got any pigs over here. In England. Well, not that I know of anyway. It seems to have off now anyway, whatever it were. Fendi, will you just chill out a minute, mate? I'm trying to listen. I know you're not bothered about listening to out.
As Gaz lay in his hammock, he strained to listen, trying to figure out if the sounds were still close by. Fortunately, it seemed like they had quieted down a bit.
See if I can get me a...
Gaz decided to try again, hoping to finally get some rest for the night, but sleep continued to escape him. As Gaz called out, footsteps echoed as if someone was walking away. It quickly became clear that whoever was out there was a person deliberately toying with him. But why? Who would do such a thing? Questions raced through Gaz's mind, making him even more uneasy. Whoever it was clearly wasn't thinking straight, which only made the situation scarier. Staying where he was felt risky, but walking through the bushes with that creep possibly watching wasn't a better option.
Someone just out. It's gotta be. It sounds like they're off now.
Trying to shake off his unease, Gaz decided to lie down, listening closely to the sounds around him, waiting for dawn to come. Luckily, it eventually did.
Well, good morning. If you can say good morning. I'm going to go out and have a look outside now and see if there's any damage around to the hammock. Well, everything looks untouched. I'm going to get out and check it.
When Gaz checked his things, he was relieved to find everything intact. Grateful, he packed up and left the forest behind, along with its strange events. As he made his way out, the questions still nagged at him. Who was that person, and why were they in the woods? Gaz had set up camp in a remote area that took some effort to reach, so it wasn't a spot anyone would find by mistake. Unfortunately, those questions would go unanswered. But one thing was clear, he wouldn't be returning anytime soon. This clip comes from the Brazilian YouTube channel, where Lucas and Yuri explore the mysteries between the living and the dead. They uncover horror legends and spend nights in haunted, abandoned locations, sharing every eerie encounter with their viewers. In this video, Lucas, Yuri, and their friends venture deep into a forest known for being home to the Curapira. According to Brazilian folklore, the Curapira is a creature with fiery red hair and backward-facing feet, often linked to demonic forces. It roams the rainforests of Brazil, punishing poachers and hunters who harm animals and their offspring. On May 10, 2024, after setting up camp and gathering around the fire, the group begins their investigation, ready to venture into the dark woods with cameras in hand.
Vou começar a correr já atrás demais.
Demorou, vamos pra lá então, Yuri? Bora lá, mano. Bora lá.
Ir lá na rampinha mesmo?
Vamos subir, vamos ver se a gente encontra ele de novo, mano. Bora.
Qualquer coisa vocês passam rádio, viu, mano?
Sim, pode deixar. Mano, essa oferenda eu feia pra ele da última vez, né? Foi. Será que ele tomou, mano?
Mano, pelo que eu tava vendo aqui, não saiu nem do lugar, mano.
Nem saiu do lugar, né, mano?
After exploring the area around their camp for a while, the group feels a mix of disappointment and relief. They haven't found anything unusual, but at least the area seems safe. Deciding to take a break, they head back to their camp to keep the fire going and regroup, completely unaware that the most chilling part of their night is yet to come.
Não, pedacinho pequeno aqui a gente vai. Mano, será que os tiros que o Lucas deu acertou ele, mano? Nossa, galinho duro, cara, de quebrar.
The feeling of something lurking in the dark becomes more intense, no matter how much they try to ignore it. The crackling fire provides little relief, and unease creeps over the group. To shake off their anxiety and make sure nothing is out there, they decide to venture back into the woods. This time, they don't come back empty-handed. They finally encounter exactly what they have been searching for.
Pode estar perto dos caras, mano. Nossa, mano, começou a lanterna ficar ruim. Segue, tenta seguir a minha. Tá indo ainda, mano. Nossa, mano. Que é isso aí, mano? Que é isso aí? A lanterna, mano. É a lanterna, mano.
A gente não quer fazer nada.
Que é isso aí, mano? Nossa.
Ai, ele tá vindo.
The figure resembles the Curapira, a human-like creature surrounded by flickering flames. Panic sets in as they realize the creature isn't affected by the shots they fire at it, standing motionless in the darkness.
Oi, Yuri!
the figure disappears as quickly as it appeared, leaving the group in total confusion. In the chaos, they get separated in the pitch-black forest, their frantic movements only adding to the panic. Lucas calls out, his voice echoing through the silence, but there's no reply. Fear takes over as they rush through the darkness, trying to find one another. With no other choice, they retreat to camp, hoping to regroup and understand what just occurred.
Lucão, o que aconteceu, mano?
Que foi? Nossa, mano do céu, você não acredita que aconteceu? Ela,
Mano, o que aquele fogarão, velho?
Olha lá, mano. É o Curupira? É o Curupira. Ele bateu no chão, mano. Ele bateu no chão assim, ó. Veio fogo, tudo pra cima de nós, mano.
O louco, mano.
Foi atrás dele. Tá lá, não? Ele correu em direção pra cá, assim, ó. E o Curupira, você não viu? Ele foi atrás. Ô, galera, tá na escuta aí, tá na escuta? Aí.
Fala, onde você tá, mano?
Eu segui ele aqui, mano. Eu consegui ver pra onde ele vem, mano. Ô, ele entrou numa toca aqui, cara. Eu não tô conseguindo chegar até ele, mano.
Toca,
e agora?
Dá pra voltar, dá pra voltar.
Ó, volta aqui, Yuri. Volta, mano.
One by one, they manage to reunite at the camp, shaken and confused. They try to make sense of what just happened, desperate for answers. In the end, they make one final decision, to go back to the place where they saw the figure and see if the fire in the woods is still burning.
Mano, ele apareceu aqui, ó. Mano, você tinha que ver, cara. Eu nunca vi um negócio desse, cara. Olha o Yuri lá. Olha o Yuri.
Ô, Yuri. O que aconteceu, mano?
O que aconteceu, velho? Mano, olha que isso aqui, mano.
Nossa, mano. Foi isso, velho.
O cara é muito forte, velho. Você é louco, mano.
Mano, como que ele faz isso aí? Eu não sabia que ele podia fazer isso aí, não.
Mano, você é louco, velho. O que aconteceu lá, mano?
After coming together and reflecting on the terrifying experience, the group decides it's time to call it quits. The possibility of encountering something again is too much of a risk, and their safety is the top priority. Without delay, they gather their things, put out the fire, and leave the forest. While still shaken by what happened, they feel a sense of accomplishment. They set out to find the Curupira and may have captured something unexplainable on camera. Above all, they're just relieved to have made it out safely, though the haunting memory of that night will likely stay with them for a long time. A woman in North Carolina was walking her dog when unusual. Echoing noises started reverberating through the forest, leading her to start recording them. The sounds were deep and primal, unlike anything from familiar animals in the area. Locals have heard similar noises every year, typically between late January and February, with some calling this period Bigfoot season, and associating the eerie sounds with sightings of the creature. The noises might be mating calls, territorial signals, or something else. While some think they're just animal sounds like those of coyotes or owls, others are convinced they have a more mysterious source. A backpacker was spending the night in the Appalachian mountains when, as darkness set in, unsettling noises began echoing through the woods. At first, they suspected it was just animals, but something about the sounds felt off, too eerie, too unrecognizable. The Appalachian region is infamous for its strange legends and tales of unknown creatures, making the noises even more unsettling. Feeling uneasy, the backpacker kept their distance, but the haunting sounds stayed with them long after they captured the recording. On May 5th, 2022, TikTok user Coco Bear Hikes was hiking the Appalachian Trail when an unsettling event occurred.
And so it's like a really weird place. I think the trail goes that way. So like, maybe it's just me being paranoid, but I have like a weird feeling. It's like, why the ran off trail and only 4 shots? Maybe he only has a 4. You can hear him moving. So it's not. I'm just like sketched out, you know, like a little weirded out.
While trekking through the remote wilderness, Coco was startled by gunshots coming from an isolated area. The unexpected noise left him wondering whether he should continue his hike. What would you do in that situation? Omega, an Australian YouTuber, enjoys going with the flow and seeing where his channel takes him. But after this video, he probably wished things had gone differently. It all began when he arrived at Australia's largest abandoned train tunnel.
I managed to secure myself a place to stay for the night. If you look here, it's actually an old manhole. It's what the tunnel workers used to use, obviously, when they were working on the lines and that. And when a train was coming, they would situate themselves in the manhole while the train goes past. And as you can see out here, it is totally dark now. The sun's gone right down. There's no more light left. If I turn my light off, now this is the freaky thing. When I turn this light off, it is totally pitch black and silent. You ready? Here we go. Wow.
The tunnel was long and completely pitch black. Without his light, Omega couldn't see a thing. Still, he was prepared to spend the night there. At 2 a.m., he decided to take a walk.
I don't know if there's been any workers that have actually in this tunnel or anything like that, so don't count on anything. I mean, it's literally 2 in the morning, so this is like the time that something's gonna happen. If something's gonna happen, I'll turn my light off. Like right here, I'll turn my light off. You ready? 3, 2, 1. I literally got the light on the camera, that's it. Oh man, this is pretty creepy actually. There's like nothing. It's like silence. Max. Sorry, I gotta turn the light back on. There he is. I'll say it's really strange without the lights on. It's weird, man. Like you're underground in the middle of nowhere. It's strange. You don't know what you're gonna find down here. I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, if you look down there, like that's how far we are away from the entrance that we came in. Like it's pretty far. Alright, Max, let's go back in. Here it is. Woo! Max! Oh. My gosh damn tripod. I hear some sort of tune out. Max, come here! Come here. Max. Who's that? Who's that, Max? What the actual? Can you guys hear that? Max, where is it? I don't know if you guys can hear this on the camera, but there's something. What is that? What the? Hello? What is that? Max, what is that? Hello? Is there somebody here? That's just creepy as... What the hell? Is anyone here? What is that? Oh! Max! Hurry up! Max! Max! Get me home!
After his walk, Omega came back to his belongings and noticed his dog fixated on a children's toy playing music. Overcome with panic, he grabbed his things and fled the tunnel, determined never to return. This clip is from one of CCJ Faison's forest camping adventures.
Hello?
Brown hair.
Brown hair. I'm turning this off.
not a real human being walking around. That was the craziest paranormal evidence I think I've ever called. This is one of those moments where I wish Dylan was here.
As CJ settled into his tent, he began communicating with spirits using his devices. One of them started flashing repeatedly, a clear sign that something was off. Then, he heard movement outside his tent. Turning off his equipment, he laid low and cautiously pulled out his knife, prepared for an intruder. But when he unzipped the tent, no one was there. Deciding to get some rest, he tried to ignore the persistent sound of footsteps circling his tent. After one last check of the area, he realized he'd have to endure the eerie noises all night. That was an encounter CJ wouldn't forget anytime soon. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.